Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Candace and I post lots of gardening videos, how-tos, things like that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. So today I wanted to do my first little plant haul. I found lots of plants that I was looking for, which never happens in my area. And I'm getting ready to do a fall container, a couple of fall containers actually. And so I just figured I would bring you along and show you the plants that I got. So this is the first set of plants. I got these at Lowe's, except for the two small little purple plants in the orange containers. I actually was there looking for mums, which I've never grown before, but I saw them in Laura from Garden Answers video of her fall containers, I believe, and I thought they looked very beautiful, so I was like, I gotta try them. I don't know if it was one of her videos from this fall or a previous season, but I was looking at videos for inspiration and I saw them. And luckily, I actually found exactly what I was looking for. Now, these small orange containers, these small orange mums, they actually had some of these and some of the purple ones in a very large container for, I believe, $3 a piece. And I was about to get those because they were originally, I think, $8 or $9. And then I realized that I want to have a circular pattern. So this is kind of going to be like the setup for each container. I've got one here and one here. This is going to be in the center, and then I'm going to have this surrounding it. So I thought for the size of the container that I plan on doing and the size of those plants, it wouldn't really be smart for me to get just one or two really big ones and then, you know, have this odd looking taller one in the center and just have, you know, 3 plants in the entire container. So I saw these little ones for $2.98 a piece, and I thought that would be a much better idea because I can do an entire circular pattern around them. So I ended up getting this beautiful celosia, however you want to say it, which reminds me of corn. And of course, we all know that a lot of people decorate with corn stalks in the fall, and I just thought it just reminds me of corn. It's the perfect color, and now that it's getting colder, these leaves are going to be turning yellow, which I don't mind because that just it just makes it look even more fall-y. I don't know what's the word. But I want to do kind of like a Halloween inspired fall container. So I found these purple and orange mums and then this orange celosia. And I actually saw these at Kroger later that day. I only got 2 of these. I would have loved to have had more, but these were $3 a piece. And I'm very frugal. Like, I don't buy a lot of regular price plants very often and do these like big container projects very often. And so for $3 for this little plant, when I thought to myself, like, I could throw in some purple basil or some amaranth seeds and have the same thing here in a few weeks, I couldn't bring myself to purchase any more than 2 of these. But what actually brought me to those 2 little plants was what I'm getting ready to show you next, which was an even better deal. But let me just finish up here. So basically, I've got the orange and the purple mums, and then I've got this, and I actually don't even know what this is. Like, I don't even know what kind of plant this is. It just says beautiful foliage. But it's got like this green and purple foliage, which I think is just very pretty. Now, one thing that I did want to get for these containers is I wanted to get something white, like a silver or white foliage, because in one of her containers, she had this, I don't know, was it diamond? It wasn't diamond frost euphorbia. It was something silver falls, or it was some kind of foliage that trailed, and it was like this silver whitish foliage. And it just made me think of, you know, Halloween. Like, you've got your dark purples and your oranges and your, you know, your dark yellows. And then you've got like your white, like your spider webs or something. Like, it just made me think, like, usually I would look at something like that, like, why would you put that color in a container? But when it all came together, I just thought it definitely reminded me of Halloween and like spider webs or something. So I wanted to get something like that, but I just wasn't able to find anything like that. The only thing I could find was some ivy, which isn't, you know, gonna look right. So unfortunately I wasn't able to find that, but that's okay. Now, before we move on to the next plant haul, I just wanted to put in a little, I don't know, disclaimer, if that's what you want to call it. If you are one of the type of people that look at these videos on YouTube and think that you could not create a container arrangement like that, I just encourage you to get out there and try it. I've been gardening for over 15 years, and I still look to others for inspiration, like Laura on Garden Answer. You know, I look at videos like hers and I see, you know, what color scheme of plants she uses. And sometimes I will use one or two of those same plants and just either use them in a different way or use different plants with them. Like I mentioned, you know, using basil or amaranth instead of the heucheras or, you know, whatever else it was. You know, you're only going to learn if you get out there and try it and get more experience. That's the only way you're going to learn, and that's the only way you're going to get better. And I just really encourage you to practice. I mean, if you would have asked me years ago that if I would be putting together, you know, beautiful containers, I would have been like, no, I don't know how to do that. But, you know, I just started one day and I started trying and experimenting, and I started it with plants that I would find on clearance. And that's how I've gotten better at it. Now for the next little plant haul, and don't mind this raggedy looking concrete slab, whatever you want to call it, under our garage. The previous owner didn't use the correct paint. Unfortunately, it looked great when we bought the house, and here it is a couple months later and it's all peeling. So we're gonna have to totally redo that. But let me move these over out of the sun a little bit. Sorry if that was loud. But these beautiful roses here, they've still got dew on them from this morning. Now some of them look a little tattered and a little worse for wear, but that's okay, because these were 75 cents a piece. 75 cents a piece. I could not believe it. So there were like 4 shelves, and there were probably like 10 of these trays. I didn't buy them all. I don't like doing that. I don't like when other people do that. But I did get one like partial tray full. There's a couple missing. But yeah, so roses, like, are you serious? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 of them. Oh, no, I got 14. I gave a couple to my mom. But yeah, so these we plan on putting where our like landscaped beds are around our house. It's currently got like large shrubs and rocks, and we plan on getting all those rocks out of there and just having it like soil and mulch, because it's much easier for planting. Like if you don't plan on changing things up, rock can look good and be nice. But for someone like me, my plans are to be putting in lots of annuals every year, as well as kind of like not practicing, but what's the word? Experimenting with lots of different plants, because for a long time, like I said, I'm very frugal. Not only am I frugal, but I'm the type of person that has to like overanalyze everything. So if I want something really bad, I like think about the price, and I think like, am I gonna really want this like for the rest of my life? And that's so silly. Like, I don't know why I do that, but if it's not something I'm gonna like keep forever or want for many, many years, I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it, because it's gonna be a waste of money. But the truth is, even if I just enjoy it for that summer, like that's okay, that's worth it. If it brings me joy for 3 months, like that's worth it. I mean, as long as it's not like $1,000 or something crazy. But yeah, so I'm really leaning towards like, you know, trying to get out of that habit. And yeah, so I plan on doing lots of experimenting with plants every year, and just having rock is it's just not practical. But that's going to be it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this little plant haul. One more thing, I do want to let you know the total that I spent on all of these. All right, so I just did the math, and I spent about $60 on all of these plants, which honestly, that number seems like, oh my gosh, to me, especially considering most of these are going to die here in a few months. But in reality, like that is a steal, especially considering these beautiful roses are going to be in my garden for years and years and years, hopefully, if I don't kill them. I mean, like that's a bargain, and I'm so excited that I was able to find those for so affordable. I mean, they've already got a pretty decent size to them already, and you know, they're gonna be really great to put in my, you know, landscapes, because I have 3 big garden areas around my house, and I plan on putting lots of gardens around the perimeter of my house, as well as large beds like randomly in the yard. So that's just gonna be perfect. We plan on putting in like a patio, like a gazebo type thing, and stuff like that by the pool. So I've got lots of plans for plants, and those are, you know, that's a very cheap way to fill those spaces up. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe if you enjoy videos like this. Thanks.